Welcome, everybody, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart. And I've got a special great guest with me today, Charles Higgins, who's the founder of Pinnacle AI. And to be honest, I've seen a lot of marketing people out there, but Charles does it so different and in such a better way, in my opinion. Hey, Charles, thanks for being on.
Yeah, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me.
So Pinnacle AI, I like the word pinnacle, reach the top. Why that name?
Well, so it was kind of about that. I came from automotive. I spent 25 years in automotive, and I felt like I'd gotten to the peak of what I could do. And then I was like, there's got to be more to this. And so that's when I started getting into software and automations and AI. I'm like, how can I raise this peak even higher beyond what myself as one person can do when it comes to being able to talk to more clients, serve them better, and ultimately scale my sales and my department's sales goals. How can we reach the absolute pinnacle of what we can do as individuals and as teams?
I've not known that story. Now I understand Pinnacle. I like the word, as I said earlier, but now it makes even more sense. The AI part, I know a lot of people know what that is, but a lot of people don't. Talk about that.
Yeah, so, it's amazing. I started 25 years ago. I started before, there was CRMs. There was, we were just starting to talk about websites for like auto dealers and local businesses. And, previous to that, it was billboards, newspapers, the local slideshow channel, the old geezer channel, as some people would call it, where it was basically just a PowerPoint slide that was the advertisement. And so I got to kind of see the whole evolution of software and technology in sales and retail environment. And I really dove headfirst into it. I absolutely loved them. Always been a gadget geek and tech geek. And we're just in a time now where there's so much available technology out there. It's just, there's been this kind of monetary wall in front of it for a lot of local small businesses, solopreneurs. And so I wanted to bring the power of Google AI and Google automation and Google Cloud servers to the everyday person, to where they could actually break down that monetary wall and be competitive on a larger scale.
Yeah, that's powerful, because you said the everyday person, which is a small business person. And that's powerful because there's a lot of big marketing companies out there. And it's funny, being a tech geek, so am I. I built my first computer in '79. Yes, I'm an old guy, which I'm happy to say, but I'm with you. I'm in the same camp with you. And technology's here to stay. When you work with pretend I'm your client, Charles, how do you start that journey with Pinnacle AI, and how's that go?
Yeah, so depending on what industry you're in, whether you're a local small business or you're a solopreneur / entrepreneur, or maybe you're in the automotive industry, those are kind of my three specialties. We take a fully built approach. So there's a lot of software companies out there that say, hey, here's this great software. Here's all the stuff it can do. Thanks for signing up. Here's your login. Good luck to you. And that's pretty much it. We take a whole different approach. So we've got a full onboarding team that you actually go through 2 onboarding calls just to start off. The first call is a tech call where we get your domain hooked up, we get your calendars, all the tech stuff. And then we actually do another one after that is just simply training and asking questions. And then we actually invite you to our Slack channel. We have a Slack community where all our users get in there so they can actually talk to each other Pinnacle users. And so they can kind of bounce ideas off of each other. What's working for you, or this has worked for me. And they're all familiar with the platform. And that's the great part about it, is they can really bounce ideas off of each other, and it directly translates to how they can implement it. But then we just rolled out our live chat support. So within our platform, service is a really big thing with us, not just during the sale, but after the sale. That's why we don't do contracts. We want to earn your business every month in and month out. And so service is a really big part of that. So even our chat support, their average response time once you jump into a chat is usually, 60 seconds or less. And they'll even jump on a Zoom call with you. If they can't handle it via chat or email, they'll go ahead and jump on a Zoom call with you. So we've got agents. We're not 24/7 yet. We're hoping by the end of the first quarter of 2023 that we'll be 24/7 on the chat support. Right now, we're from 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific time, Monday through Friday, which is still a pretty large window of time to have that live chat support. And, honestly, I kind of took that after Apple. That was one of the things I always loved about Apple is their support. They always, if I had a question, I could call them, I'd get an answer, I'd get a result. And so we kind of model our service after that.
No, I love that because I think marketing is important. What you do is important, but the tool that you just talked about is community. Mm-hmm. That's probably one of the most powerful tools that you just offered. I didn't know you did.
Yeah.
So kudos, audience. Listen, this is a guy, Charles, 25 years experience. He's not the kid, and nothing wrong with the kid that wants to start helping people market. That's great. But 25 years, and he's got a community to help you. His information is going to be in the show notes. I want you to reach out to him because he had 23 new clients through his Black Friday. I want him to have 230 new clients by end of January. So audience, that's your call to action. Reach out to Charles. It's interesting learning more about you, and there's a million marketers out there.
Oh yeah.
And we've talked about in networking we do. We hear some of the uniqueness that you have. Why Charles Higgins at Pinnacle AI than some of these other different marketing companies?
Yeah, so we leverage technology to allow individuals and organizations to perform at a higher level, at a true scalable level. And we typically do kind of a slow onboarding process. We don't try to solve all your problems at once. We go after your biggest problems. What are your biggest hurdles? Let's solve those. And then we can get into the granular stuff. And it can be simple things like, I just don't have time. I'm a massage therapist running my own business. And when I'm with the client, I can't answer the phone. I'm missing opportunities. I know I'm missing appointments. Well, we can automate those missed calls. We can turn them into text messages and let the client book their own calendar through our booking bot. But so we try to solve some of the big problems, the big hurdles, but then we have the systems and scalability to really scale their business to the next level. Now, when it comes to marketing and advertising, typically you've had to go to an agency and pay thousands of dollars. If you wanted to run Facebook ads, you were going to look to an agency that you were going to pay a retainer fee, just a retainer of $1,000, $2,000, $30,000 a month. Plus, you're going to have to pay another percentage of whatever you're spending in ad spend. So if you're spending $1,000 a month in ad spend on ads that you're paying Facebook, they're going to charge you 10, 15% of that on top of your retainer. Well, as an individual solopreneur, a commission sales professional, a new business startup, you can't afford that. And so you're going out the gate at a disadvantage. And so that's one of the reasons we just launched our Facebook ads launcher. And it's in our CRM. 3 clicks, you can launch your own ads without the cost of an agency. We provide the templates. And if you want custom templates, we can do it. We charge $100 for custom templates. Very reasonable. They're yours to keep. And you can literally, in less than 60 seconds, you can launch Facebook ads that are going to be effective, drive more results for you without paying those large agency fees. And that's the biggest thing that, we've tried to accomplish is it's kind of like the gym membership. We all sign up for this gym membership and we're going for 2-3 months. We're like, oh yeah, I'm glad I did this. I feel better. And then we stop going for whatever reason. And next thing you know, 6 months, a year later, we're like, what is this $30 a month or $40 a month charge? We don't even realize how much we have going out in monthly subscriptions. Well, solopreneurs and small businesses are the same way, except it's a lot bigger scale. Yeah. Most of the clients that we walk into, especially with small business, we're replacing 8 to 11 systems for them all in one. And so we're taking their monthly expenses anywhere from $800 to $1,200 just in monthly recurring for software and services down to less than $300.
Wow.
And putting everything in one place so it all talks to each other and you're not having to duct tape all these different systems together.
That's incredible. And I would assume you can work with a medium-sized company as well. It's just your price point, is going for these smaller people, but you could go for bigger company.
There's 1,000,001 agencies out there, and most of them, I'll give you a perfect example of why I target the people I do and why I love working with them. I had a demo call with a customer, and halfway through the call, he was gun-ho. I want to sign up right this second. Don't want to wait another minute. And I was like, can I ask you a question? Why are you, don't get me wrong, I'm glad you want to sign up, but why are you so adamant of signing up right this second? And he said something that'll forever stick with me. He's like, I know how this goes. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, all you companies start off the same. You go off after the small fish, you prove your concept, and then you drop all support and pricing for people that need it. And you're now after medium businesses and you're charging way more than any of us small guys can afford. And I said, you know what? That's exactly why I've built the company the way that I've built it, because of that right there. That infuriates me. And I want to help the person that typically doesn't get pushed away by larger agencies. Because there's not enough people out there to truly support solopreneurs and give them the tools and resources that they need to be successful. And it's sad to see small business startups fail, solopreneurs fail, just because they don't have access because of a monetary wall to the technology and the support they need to effectively run their business.
Serving people. That's what you just, that whole story, great story. You're a successful business owner. I know you are. What books, or have you used any books that have helped you get to where you are today and help the audience understand those books and why they should buy them and check them out?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny. There's two books that stick out in my head, and they're both based on Disney. And I actually read these when I was in automotive because they were recommended to me for management positions. And so the first one is The Disney Way. And basically it talks about the 4 pillars, on how the Walt Disney Company, what it's based off of, and how these concepts can be put into any business to harness the magic of their business and go beyond the traditional limits that we kind of put ourselves to when it comes to management or running a business. And then the other one is another Disney book. It's actually Disney Magic. It came out a little bit later, but it explains how you can use different business strategies both at work and at home. So those are two books that I definitely recommend: The Disney Way and The Disney Magic.
Well, Walt Disney was a genius when it came to business. So I'm not surprised that he's got books out there. I'm going to check them out myself. And audience, listening out, play this over, get those books, because look where Charles is at, as successful he is. As I always say, you need to read, study somehow, some way, and make time with that, because the better you are as a person, business person, the better your business will be. It's interesting, 25 years, and you've had these different industries. Why do you think there's so many marketing people? I mean, I've always want to know this question. There's so many. Is it easy to market businesses, and that's why we see 10 million of them?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of marketing agencies out there.
Yeah.
Not all of them are good. A lot of them are fly by the seat of their pants. A lot of them, have very little experience, or it's someone that's fresh out of college and, they took some classes on, maybe took some certifications even. And there's a difference between real world experience and book experience. And that's, I came from one of the most aggressive industries out there. Every day we were beating the door down, trying to see how we could get just one more sale into that next day or that week or that quarter, whatever. We were always pushing the limit as hard as we could. And it was a very competitive industry. And so I take a lot of the things that I learned in automotive by running stores, running sales departments, business development centers, and marketing departments. I take those aggressive tendencies and I'm like, okay, how can I implement this and show someone that's a small business how to do this, and not just teach them, the mindset behind it, but actually the actionable actions behind it so that they can see those results. I could sit here all day and talk about mindsets and everything else, but at the end of the day, we're running businesses. We need to make money. Let's be honest. So that we can support ourselves, our staff, our family, and put a roof over our heads. So I'm all about taking those experiences that I've gained through the years and just passing them down and brainstorming. So
yeah, and I love you read my question properly, because I wanted you to talk about car dealerships.
Yeah.
When you're talking about sales and marketing, you're right. It's my business partner with Infone. He sells cars, and we talk all the time. Just when you're good at that, you can almost do anything else.
Yeah.
I don't want to speak for that, but you've lived that. Regards to being marketing itself, is there a way people can, the point I want to get is there are different packages, somebody can go here with your business, maybe go here.
Yeah. So we offer a few different services. Our core platform is a CRM platform. That's where we fill your tool belt with all the tools that you need to effectively run your business, whether it be contact management, your sales pipeline management, email marketing, text marketing, websites, funnels, online courses, invoicing, text to pay. You name it, it's in this platform. It's all in one place. And then we also have, as a separate product, we have a social media management platform where you connect all your social media accounts, even TikTok. You can schedule TikToks, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels. You can post your Google My Business, which you should be doing. If you're not, you can post social updates to your Google My Business. For those of you that don't know that, Pinterest, all the different social media networks you can, and we actually partner with Canva on that. So Canva comes into our platform so you can create your content. We store and host all your content, and then you can use our AI powered calendar to schedule it. But we don't limit you on the number of accounts you can connect. We don't limit you on the number of team members that you can have. So it's one flat fee, $49 a month. You can manage all your social media, have all your team members in there. And then we have our Facebook ads launcher that's included in our CRM, so you can launch your own Facebook ads. But then even for businesses that are really hitting that capacity, we have a remote customer support center or business development center, as we like to call it. And that's basically where we'll do live lead nurturing. So we'll actually respond to all your incoming leads with the goal of setting appointments, whether they're in person, online, or phone appointments. We'll set those appointments for you. We'll follow up with all the conversations that come in, again, for one flat fee. Everything we do is a flat fee because we want it to be easily budgetable. When you get into that variable stuff, it can get hairy for a business. So we keep everything to a flat fee. Everything's unlimited. We don't charge for extra users or anything like that. So,
well, Charles, I want to thank you for being on. I've learned so much about. I knew a lot about you. I thought, but I didn't. That's why I love doing these shows. And I definitely, it's a lot. But you've simplified it, and technology has to be simple. I have family and friends. I had a call this morning. Hey, my calendar doesn't work. So I got a Zoom and helped them. I'm more than happy, but I'm going to send them to Charles now.
Yeah.
Audience, this guy's 25 years in experience. He's looking for you. He wants to help you. He wants to serve you guys. So again, thank you. But I always want to end the podcast with a great business tip that you've learned that you can share with the audience that's helped you grow.
Yeah, so one of my favorite quotes, and this kind of goes back to our focus on service. I'm from automotive. I worked for Ford for over 10 years, so forgive me for this, but Henry Ford, he had a quote. He said, "A business absolutely dedicated to service will only have one worry about profits. They will be embarrassingly large." And I just think that is so on point. If you put service above everything else, just serving your clients, serving your customers, no matter how much in time spent or monetarily, always doing what's right, your business will do nothing but soar. And that's what we're based off of. I don't like promoting my business necessarily. I'm not a big, pusher on the sales. I love contributing and helping people, whether they're a client or not. And that's what's made me successful, being transparent and honest to who I am and putting service above all else.